The United States has long been viewed as a global superpower recognized for its powerful economy, political influence, and leadership in innovation and business. However, behind that polished image lies a troubling reality, a growing homelessness crisis. Sidewalks, street corners, and even once bustling downtown areas have increasingly become places of shelter, creating scenes that feel like modern-day ghost towns. This issue is not limited to New York alone. It is spreading across the nation. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at 10 major U.S. states that are gradually sinking into this crisis. Stay until the end, because the truth may be deeply unsettling, and the American dream you once believed in may not survive what you're about to see. 1. New York. There's no denying that New York is one of the most expensive places to live in the United States. The cost of living here is nearly 50% higher than the national average, with median home prices around $480,000 and average rent hovering near $4,000 per month, figures that leave many people stunned. On top of that, New York has one of the highest state income tax rates in the country, reaching 10.9%. For many families, this has become the final straw, forcing them to look elsewhere for a more livable life. As a result, nearly 180,000 people left the state in 2023 alone, searching for places where living costs are lower, taxes are less crushing, and daily life feels more manageable. Yet, even as people leave, New York is now home to more than 91,000 homeless individuals, the highest number in the state's history. Every night, thousands are forced to sleep on sidewalks, stairways, makeshift tents, or inside subway stations just to survive. But New York's story isn't just about statistics. When night falls, the city no longer glows with its famous lights. Instead, an eerie silence takes over. Streets grow empty, shops close early, and neighborhoods that once buzzed with life now feel strangely abandoned. Some visitors have even said they came to experience the city that never sleeps, only to find it seemingly asleep by 9:30 p.m. In reality, New York isn't just facing a homelessness crisis, it's witnessing the shaking of its economic foundation. The gap between rich and poor continues to widen. Luxury neighborhoods still shine, but just a few blocks away, an entirely different world exists. 2. Las Vegas, Nevada. Beneath the dazzling lights of Las Vegas, where luxury casinos and massive hotels represent wealth and nonstop entertainment, there is a reality that rarely makes the headlines. Behind the busy streets and grand buildings, many residents are quietly living in poverty, struggling day by day just to survive. Recent data shows that 14.6% of Las Vegas residents live below the poverty line. In simple terms, nearly 15 out of every 100 people are fighting daily to afford basic needs like food, clothing, and a safe place to sleep. These numbers reflect the real lives of thousands of families trying to get by in one of the most glamorous cities in the world. At the same time, homelessness in Las Vegas has become increasingly serious. In 2022, the city recorded more than 18,500 people without stable housing, marking a 12% increase compared to the previous year. It's a striking contrast, thousands sleeping on sidewalks or in makeshift shelters at night, while just blocks away, casinos shine all night long and luxury never slows down. So what's driving Las Vegas into this crisis? A major factor is rapid growth. The city has expanded quickly, attracting people hoping for a fresh start, but affordable housing has failed to keep pace. As home prices rise and living costs climb, many low-income workers are left with nowhere to go, pushing them closer to homelessness. 3. California. Once known as the land of opportunity, California is now facing an unprecedented wave of people leaving. In 2023 alone, more than 250,000 residents moved out of the state. But how could a place so beautiful and prosperous fail to hold on to its own people? California may be stunning, but that beauty cannot protect everyday workers from the soaring cost of living. The median home price is around $750,000, nearly double the national average, while renting a one-bedroom apartment in San Francisco or Los Angeles can financially overwhelm many residents. On top of that, the state income tax reaches 13.3%, one of the highest in the nation, making daily life even harder. It's not only residents who are leaving, major companies are doing the same. Tech firms that once saw California as the center of innovation are now relocating to states like Texas and Nevada, where costs are more reasonable. But the deeper problem lies with those who remain. California is currently facing a serious homelessness crisis. More than 171,000 people are without stable housing, the highest number in the United States. Walk through the streets of Los Angeles or San Francisco, and rows of makeshift tents and quiet struggles are impossible to ignore, an American dream left unfinished. This exodus is more than a statistic. It's a clear sign of the widening gap between promise and reality, and a reminder that California needs real solutions if it hopes to remain a place people can still call home. 4. Pennsylvania. Once considered a key pillar of American history, Pennsylvania is now seeing a steady rise in residents leaving the state. It currently ranks 7th among the 10 fastest declining states in the U.S., with around 40,000 people moving away in just 1 year in search of better opportunities elsewhere. Pennsylvania was once a manufacturing powerhouse, providing jobs for millions. Today, many factories have closed, steady work has disappeared, and daily life has grown increasingly difficult. The average household income is about $67,500 a year, a figure that struggles to support a stable life as living costs continue to climb. Along with population loss, homelessness in Pennsylvania is also on the rise. More people are being pushed onto cold city streets, living without permanent shelter. This highlights an urgent need for economic recovery, infrastructure improvements, and stronger support for struggling residents. Without action, the state's future could grow even more uncertain. Even more troubling, as poverty deepens and job opportunities shrink, crime often begins to rise. When life becomes too unstable, some feel driven toward the wrong choices. This is not just Pennsylvania's problem. It's a warning sign for many other parts of the United States. 5. Baltimore, Maryland. In the heart of Baltimore, many people are quietly struggling with poverty and homelessness. Every day, thousands face lives filled with hardship and uncertainty. More than a quarter of the city's population, about 26%, lives below the poverty line, lacking enough food, stable housing, or even basic necessities. For them, a hot meal or a warm place to sleep is no longer normal. It's a distant hope. In January 2022, more than 9,000 people in Baltimore were experiencing homelessness. Some still had an old car to sleep in at night, but many had nowhere to go at all. They survive on cold sidewalks, facing hunger, harsh weather, and constant danger just to make it through each day. This crisis is no longer Baltimore's problem alone. It reflects a growing issue across the United States. The question remains: when will these people receive the help they desperately need? And when will authorities take strong enough action to offer them a real chance at a better life? 6. West Virginia. Under the clear blue skies of West Virginia, the state is often described as a place of natural beauty, almost paradise-like. Yet for many long-time residents, this beloved homeland is becoming a place they are forced to leave behind. Once the heart of America's coal industry, West Virginia now faces serious economic and demographic challenges. Over the past decade, coal-related jobs have declined by more than 40%, triggering the collapse of many communities that once depended on this industry. As livelihoods disappear, countless families are left with no choice but to move away in search of new opportunities elsewhere. Although housing prices in West Virginia are far lower than in major cities like New York or Los Angeles, owning a home remains out of reach for many low- and middle-income residents. Limited housing assistance and ineffective long-term solutions have pushed more people into unstable living conditions. Some sleep in their cars, others in makeshift roadside tents, and a few even on cold sidewalks at night. While West Virginia does not rank among the states with the highest homelessness rates, the problem is still deeply concerning. According to a recent report, around 1,300 people statewide lack stable housing, struggling day by day to survive. Adding to this challenge is another troubling reality: rapid population aging. West Virginia has the highest median age in the United States. As older residents remain, younger generations, once seen as the state's future, continue to leave, searching for brighter prospects in other states. 7. Illinois. Under America's wide skies, Illinois was once a state rich in tradition and cultural identity. Yet today, the very people who shaped that identity are leaving. In 2023 alone, nearly 140,000 residents moved out of Illinois, a number large enough to fill Soldier Field, placing the state among the fastest population decliners in the country. So, why are so many people leaving? One major reason is the heavy tax burden. The state income tax stands at 4.95%, combined with some of the highest property taxes in the U.S., creating intense pressure on families. As living costs rise and paychecks struggle to keep up, many feel forced to move to states where life is more affordable. But taxes aren't the only problem. Illinois is also weighed down by a massive $140 billion pension debt, like an endless credit card bill the state can't pay off. This weakens public services and raises fears of even higher taxes ahead. At the same time, Illinois, especially Chicago, is facing a serious homelessness crisis. More than 65,000 people across the state lack stable housing. High home prices and rising rents have pushed many low-income workers out of the market. Some rely on overcrowded housing, while others depend on limited support programs that are already stretched thin. What's happening in Illinois reflects a broader reality across the United States, a warning about the need for financial reform and stronger investment in people. In the end, history and culture alone can't keep residents rooted if financial stability disappears. Whether Illinois can turn things around remains uncertain, but without timely change, the land of Lincoln risks losing the very people who give it life. 8. Hawaii. Beneath the clear skies of the Pacific, Hawaii looks like a tropical paradise: white sand beaches, blue oceans, and vibrant rainbows. For tourists, it's a dream destination. But for many local residents, the rapidly rising cost of living has turned daily life into a serious struggle. It may be hard to believe that a place this beautiful is also among the fastest population declining states in the U.S., even facing the risk of losing its local identity. The main reason is extreme living costs. In Honolulu, the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment is around $2,500 per month, while a two-bedroom can reach $3,500 or more, depending on location. And housing is only part of the problem. Food and fuel prices are among the highest in the country. Since most goods must be imported, living a simple life in Hawaii now requires far more money than most people can afford. Beyond high costs, Hawaii is also facing another alarming reality: the highest homelessness rate in the United States. Thousands of residents who can't afford rent are forced to live in tents or temporary shelters. Soaring home prices, limited affordable housing, and growing economic pressure continue to worsen the situation. While local authorities have made efforts to respond, current policies and support programs lack the resources needed to fix the problem at its core, turning life in this tropical paradise into a daily fight for survival for many who call it home. 9. Alaska. Alaska, the most remote and untamed state in the U.S., is a land where nature remains raw and powerful. Snow-covered mountains, massive glaciers, and endless forests create a breathtaking landscape. For adventurers, it's a dream destination. But it's also a place of constant challenge, where survival demands strength, preparation, and resilience. Life in Alaska is not for the unprepared, as extreme weather tests people year-round. Behind this stunning beauty lies a harsh reality. In recent years, Alaska's population has been steadily declining. Living conditions are tough not only because of the cold, but also due to economic pressure. Job opportunities are shrinking, long-term unemployment is rising, and the cost of living remains high. For low-income residents, simply getting by becomes a daily struggle. Many families can no longer afford housing and are pushed into homelessness, bringing serious consequences. For those without shelter, Alaska's winters are especially brutal. Temperatures can drop well below zero, sometimes reaching -20 degrees Fahrenheit or lower, turning life on the streets into a fight for survival. Without proper shelter, some seek refuge in forests or fragile makeshift camps that offer little protection from the deadly cold. In Alaska, one night outside without enough warmth can be fatal. In a place this unforgiving, there is no room for carelessness. Surviving Alaska requires more than strong will. It demands total adaptation to nature. It is both an irresistible adventure and a relentless test, one that not everyone is able to endure. Louisiana. When people think of Louisiana, they often picture soulful jazz music, rich gumbo, and the vibrant energy of Mardi Gras. But behind that lively image lies a troubling reality. Louisiana is now among the fastest population declining states in the United States. So, what's driving people away? Surprisingly, Louisiana ranks among the states with the highest poverty rates in the country at about 18.5%. The average household income is roughly $53,500 a year, well below the national average. As living costs continue to rise, that income is often not enough to guarantee a stable life, especially for families with children or elderly members. Beyond economic hardship, Louisiana also struggles with homelessness. In cities like New Orleans and Baton Rouge, many residents live without stable housing. The poorest, especially those who lose their jobs or suffer from illness, face extreme difficulty finding long-term shelter. The impact of Hurricane Katrina in 2005 still lingers. Thousands of homes were severely damaged or completely destroyed, and nearly 2 decades later, recovery remains incomplete. Many families have never been able to return or fully rebuild their lives. Louisiana is weathering storms both literal and symbolic. As the state continues to lose residents, a critical question remains. Can its people and leaders come together to find lasting solutions? Only time will tell whether Louisiana can overcome these challenges and secure a more stable future.
Beneath the bright image of the United States, there are still painful realities often left unseen. The 10 states we've just explored highlight not only the growing gap between rich and poor, but also serve as a warning about deeper issues quietly unfolding across the country. Yet, no matter how harsh reality may be, hope has not disappeared. A society truly moves forward only when it cares for its most vulnerable. And perhaps instead of seeing America only as a land of glamour, we should also recognize that every nation has challenges that need to be addressed. What do you think about this situation? Are there solutions that could help people find stability and a place to call home? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe for more upcoming content, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.